Hey y'all, welcome back to Mrozinski Family Homestead. Today we're going to do some more Suzuki bonding on the boards for the shed, and we're going to show you the process of how we do it compared to using a propane torch.
And approximately how long it takes us.
And approximately how long it takes us to do each board. And in the midst of that, we do move our fires around. The last fire we had was down there. This fire we're starting to do, we're making our perimeter, and we're going to load the whole center here with wood and get this fire built up pretty good. And in the midst of that, hold on, don't put that on there yet. In the midst of that, take that off. There used to be a tree right here, so we got a stump. So these cedar branches are on top of the stump. That's going to create heat, and it's going to help it start burning quicker. Granted, the cedars aren't dried out, so it ain't going to take off like a huge flame real quick, but it still will burn fast. So we're going to box this thing in, and this is approximately, I don't know, about 6 foot long so far. And she's going to box it in, and we're going to get this nice and hot. And we might have to scoot that thing that way so that tree ain't in the way.
I'm not worried about that tree. We can angle it when we go to roll it off.
Alright. So, to help with this fire getting started, we do have some lighted wood here. It's been aged, and it's pretty much like a fire starter. It's very easy. You can put a lighter to it or a match and put it on there, and it'll it'll automatically flame up. So I'm just going to use this splitting maul to get a chunk off of here. Hopefully it comes apart pretty easy, but and I shouldn't have to hit it too hard. Maybe I do. As you see, that one is lit, and it is not going out now.
Alright guys, so we got to do this really quick because it's starting to rain, and we're having to take the camera in and out of Suburban because we don't need the camera getting wet. It stopped drizzling, so we're going to take our first board and we're actually going to put it over top of our fire. Ready? Let's go.
Yeah. Which one are we starting with?
Long one.
Long.
Long one. Slide that one over.
That in or not? Let me get that in. It's heavy. Huh?
Wait! Let me stop. Let me just grab it, please. Hang on. Pull it back your way a little bit. Lift it up. Alright. Sit like that. Yeah. Alright guys, so the first board's on there. As we will check it every so often to make sure that it's not actually burning through the board. Once it gets black on one side, we will either flip it over or slide it down. It just all depends on how bad it's burning at that point. That thing's hot.
And the reason why, we might slide it down rather than just flip it in the same spot so it don't continue to get too hot on that one area. And if it does, it could just catch on fire and be a pain in the butt to take out. And as you can see, none of the bark is shaved off yet. Which we do it. We do shave the bark off, and we do like a trick doing it. And when it does get hot, we just turn the shovel upside down, and after it gets burnt in the area, like down here, which I ain't able to reach right yet, but what we'll do is just slide the shovel like this across it. After it gets hot enough, and it'll take the bark completely off, pretty much almost to nothing. So that's the easier way of taking the bark off. Like right here, the bark's already burning, and it's coming off. Pretty simple. But we do that after it gets through the fire and burned. We can just run this down like I was saying, and it'll just come right off. Since we cut this tree down, it's been about 3 weeks ago, right? About three and a half weeks ago, we cut this tree down.
It's been...
Now, these boards were cut off that same tree we cut down about a week and a half ago. So it was sitting like this as a board over here on my trailer, just somewhat drying by itself. It ain't able to dry completely because the weather, been raining, and also the temperature out, so it can't cure itself. So that's why it does take a little bit longer to Suzuki bond these boards. But it's been cut as a board. These boards that we're burning today, they've been cut for about a week and a half as boards. But the tree that it came off of, it was been cut down for about three and a half weeks. And as you can see now, it's starting to actually catch on fire. Like right here on the board, it's starting to catch on fire. So we might have to flip it up and look at it.
Yep.
As y'all can see.
Flip it over. Focus, Eddie, down here.
That's alright, I get it. See how the bottom looked right now? Now we can just flip it over.
Run that shovel down it.
Oh yeah, I have to hold it right there, so don't let it around.
Well, actually, I'm gonna let it come up a little bit.
Well, just hold it so steady so I can do it. Alright, lift it up.
It ain't gonna take it long on that side. This fire's hot.
Yeah. And as you all know, we did start doing this fire at 11:30. All right, right now it is 12:30. So basically, by the time it took to actually heat the fire up hot enough, so you don't have to have the board sit on there forever, it took about an hour to get the fire hot enough, to get enough hot coals on the bottom. So every time you throw a board on there or a piece of wood to keep the fire going, it'll automatically catch within seconds.
It needs to be moved. It's starting to burn too much right here. Look up underneath it. It's high enough up. Just look underneath.
I can't do that. I'd rather look at it like this.
Yeah, move it on down. A bit more.
And with a propane torch, with doing propane, with stuff that ain't cured, wood that ain't cured, this is a lot easier and a lot faster to do it this way. Now, if you went to Lowe's, Home Depot, or a hardware store and bought lumber, pine lumber from there, and you wanted to Suzuki bond it, if you used a propane torch for that, it would do it a lot faster because the wood has already been cured and dried out. So if you did use a, propane torch to actually Suzuki bond regular lumber you would buy from a hardware store, it would do it quick. But doing a propane torch on fresh cut lumber, this is the way to do it because you'll go through numerous amount of propane.
Go ahead.
All right, y'all, now you can see how this side is. You can see how the bark is turning color. It's pretty much, it'll fall right off right now.
Well, go ahead and flip it.
If my wife would come hold this, and I can do the top, and I can show you what happens. Hold it vertical like that.
Yes. I'm crooked.
I know you're crooked. It works tremendously great doing that. All right. Now you can flip it up the other way. Hold it right there, just like that.
Yeah.
All right, now with the angle of the board, it's easier to do it upside down with the shovel from this side because there's a paper on it. It just makes it a lot easier. Now after this area is burnt on here, we pretty much got 16 foot of the board burnt. Here, these branches off a cedar, we cut down a cedar tree about 50 foot to my right, just because we wanted more access to the shed. And I said that earlier. If y'all didn't catch that, I just wanted to repeat what I said. And these branches, they're good for the fire, even though they're not dried. Any kind of pine, cedar limbs, anything, if you put it on that fire, even if they're still wet, they'll catch up and go quick. And we do that just to heat the fire up faster and get the flames going, to heat the wood up and get the logs burning faster. If we didn't do that, it would probably take 2 hours to get the area where we're Suzuki bonding right now. It'd probably take 2 hours to get hot enough coals and stuff like that. But this will create small coals in the bottom of the fire when it burns quick, and that's why we do that. And it's just a little trick of the trade of doing it. It's not something we just figured out. It's just stuff that we know and have knowledge on. And we got plenty of cedars in this piece of property, but we also cut that cedar down because it has good diameter. We got 2 logs out of it, and we're going to use them for fence posts. So that's another reason why we cut that one down. So we basically killed 2 birds with 1 stone. So, well, maybe 3, because we're using the branches for Suzuki bonding, and we're using the poles for a fence post and corner bracing, and we're making a fire to Suzuki bond everything. So that's 3 things in one.
That was 2.
No, it's 3.
Suzuki bonding.
Yeah, but we're using these, the Suzuki bond, that's the branches, that can't be used for nothing else, rather than just burning them.
The third one was we needed access to our shed.
Yeah, so I mean, there's three uses for this whole point of cutting that cedar tree down. So it works out to benefit us.
Everybody's gonna think she is messing with him.
Yeah.
Oh, the smoke that went to my head.
And as you see, I'm just cutting the branches off in manageable sizes. So in the midst of taking that log off, I can put more on top of the fire just to burn down and keep the fire hot. And then when they burn down, after we get this log done here, or that board done, we can add more logs on top to it and get ready for the next board to go on. Let's keep it on that side. Right there. Oh, too much. Come back.
It's fine.
Right there. As you see, we're using, barrels to roll the board across, which it works very well. The only thing is, when you're doing it, the fire is a little bit lower than the barrel because we're not on level ground. That's another thing. But the most level you can keep the board, the better. So that's another reason why we're basically not going all on one side with the burning, because if you do that, I'll have to get out of smoke. If you do that, the board will want to crown on you. So as you burn, it's advisable to just flip it over and do that same thing on the opposite side, so it sucks the bow back out of it. God almighty.
What's going on, babe?
The smoke keeps on following me.
Just following you.
And I got no money, y'all. Like nothing.
That's not what the smoke says.
Yeah. So that's a false statement.
Suzuki Bond.
Suzuki.
Steven, how hot is that fire?
Hot. Damn hot. Real hot. Hot as anything I could cook my shorts in it. It's that hot. You know what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
We're over halfway done, y'all.
Guys, it's raining out here. Steven's dry, or Steven's wet, and I'm dry.
It ain't supposed to start raining until 8 o'clock tonight, but sure enough, 1 o'clock in the afternoon it decides to start downpouring. That seems nothing accomplished without rain coming.
I know.
Now the fire is about to go out. The one board's about to be completed so we can build the fire back up. But I don't know if it's worth building the fire back up because the rain's already started and it's just going to create nothing but problems.
Just to show y'all, I done made me a little tent over here by the firewood. So I'm not getting wet. He is, but I'm not. Ain't that so sweet? Steven, I made sure your wife was dry.
Yeah, great.
Alright, let's build that fire up for a low, because it looks like it's letting up.
For how long? 5 minutes?
Well, we gotta keep at it. We got the fire already built. We might as well finish it.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, let's throw the cedar on there.
Radar. Look at the radar. You look at the radar.
No, you look at the radar. I'm busy.
No, my hands I'm soaking wet. I don't want to touch my phone.
Your hands aren't soaking wet because you got the gloves on. Alright guys, so we burned a 10-foot board. Now we are burning the last 20-foot board that we have. And it is raining. I'm trying my hardest not to get soaking wet so I don't get sick. But yes, I told him to go in the shed, but he just chose to stand in the rain. Well, I mean, and it's not just that. I mean, we started this and it wasn't raining.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not supposed to start raining here until 8 o'clock tonight. But guess what? It's 2:30 in the afternoon and it's pouring down rain. Alright guys, so it's 4 o'clock. We just got done burning all 3 boards. There's 2 20-foot boards and 1 10-foot board are over there on the ground. They are ready to be put on the shed. Right now we're just playing around with the fire.
We're gonna try to get this stump burnt.
Yeah,
so
there is
burn
a stump
the stump out of
underneath
the ground.
there.
There's a stump right in the center of that. Alright. You ready?
About as ready as I'm ever going to be.
Here we go. Fingers.
I'm good on this side.
You're flush with the edge?
Yes. Hurry up.
What do you mean, hurry up?
Look up underneath down the board. Come on.
Hey, you're good. Let me look at the gap here. That's what I'm talking about. Go up.
I need to make sure.
Come down a little bit. Down. Right there, somewhere right there. Don't move. Don't move. Do not move.
Do not move, he said. Get the middle. Hang on. That should be enough. I got 1 inch on the top and 1 inch on the bottom.
You got more than
2 inches.
Have flush at the end.
No, it needs to come your way a little bit.
Push it.
There we go. Bring it down and screw it in.
I'll keep it on top of your board. On top there. Make yours flush, remember?
You still got a good bit. You're okay.
I'm touching over here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Coming in.
Alright guys, so we're done. We are done with this long, hard wall. Those boards were heavy, especially when you push them, lift them up over your head. And we're gonna go outside and we're gonna relax.
We got the 20-foot wall done, and we were able to put 2 more boards on the 10-foot wall over here, which we're over halfway now. We got probably 6 more boards to do on this side, and then we'll be completely done of putting the perimeter around. And then we got probably 3 more 20-footers to put on the side that's behind you, the entrance side, just to lower it down a little bit. But that's not necessary right now until we decide to put doors on here, and we still got to figure out how we're going to do the doors.
Alright guys, well, we want to thank everyone for watching, and may God bless you like He has blessed us.
And it's been a rainy day today, and I'm glad, and we're glad that we got as much done as we did. But
And y'all have a wonderful
We
day.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to all the new subscribers. And keep watching, sharing the videos, hit the like button. We appreciate everything that y'all do for us, as in for that reason. And have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.